The Australian government is also committed to reducing the methane in cow farts by 30% in the next 7 years. This will either make raising cattle in Australia more expensive or reduce the size of the national herd. Either way, Russia and China, two of the world's biggest producers of farting livestock, are not signatories to the International Methane Reduction Agreement, so they are laughing at our expense. In the Netherlands, some of the most efficient farms in the world are being seized by the government in order to reduce the byproduction of nitrogen from fertiliser. Thankfully, farmers there are fighting back. After 3 years of grinding protests against the government, their newly formed BBB party won 20% of the vote in the election on the weekend, gaining 15 seats in the nation's upper house. Even The Guardian had to acknowledge that ordinary people had had enough of government authoritarianism. Quote, analysts say the movement, in the world's second biggest exporter of agricultural products, fits neatly into a populist frame that portrays climate action as a new form of tyranny by governments and global elites over ordinary, hard-working citizens whose legitimate concerns are largely being ignored. Well, Australians are being ignored too. Given a choice and not coerced into them with subsidies, only a tiny and conspicuously wealthy percentage of us would buy an electric car. Yet politicians keep telling us we won't have a choice soon. Well, it's a good thing that New South Wales Labor leader Chris Minns had a choice this afternoon. His shiny new electric campaign bus ran out of charge while out on the hustings today. It's only a week old and has a range of 300 kilometres, according to the Daily Telegraph, but broke down on a 66-kilometre trip to Warraganbah Dam. Minns and his team quickly jumped aboard a more reliable, gas-guzzling bus instead. It's an accurate symbol of how broken Australian politics is at the moment. Another global phenomenon that we never asked for but our government is giving us anyway is the woke national school curriculum. The curriculum runs to hundreds of pages of dreadful, turgid, educational jargon, which very few parents have the time to digest. They just send their kids off to school in good faith that the focus of their education will be reading, writing, maths and other things that will help them become useful adults. Instead, they're becoming useful idiots through no fault of their own.